Well, it is amazing to listen to these Democrats say, well, if we do this, I mean, what happens when we're in the minority one day? And I keep saying this, and we're seeing it right now. Luckily, the Ohio Supreme Court just threw out the gerrymandered districts, but we're seeing it happen. The For the People Act actually outlaws partisan gerrymandering. Do they understand that if nothing is passed, Democrats are literally going to be guaranteed to be in the minority? Y'all will not be in control. There will be no Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The Senate is tied. We know that the incumbent president often loses seats in a midterm. And so the actions of Sinema, Manchin, and a few of the Democrats could guarantee not just massive losses of their own party on Capitol Hill, it's going to lock in Republican rule on the state level for the next decade and even longer. I don't know. I mean, are they living in the same political world that we are?
They must not be, because I think it's more than 10 years. I think it's a generation. You remember Lyndon Johnson said when he first signed the 1965 Voting Rights Act, he said at the time that he knew he was signing away his party's dominance in the South for a generation. He was wrong about that. It's been more than a generation, and it's getting worse. And so I look back on history to be informed. I do believe that we have to look at our history. That's why I had the talks I had on the floor yesterday to try to say to people, I'm the 9th person of color to represent South Carolina in the United States Congress. The 9th. There were 8 before me. But between number 8 and yours truly was 95 years. 95 years. George Washington Maury left the Congress in 1897, and until I got elected in 1992, 95 years later, no black person could get elected. Why? Because the laws they put in place, because the Supreme Court overturned laws back in 1872 with the Khrushchev decision and the Plessy versus Ferguson in 1896. These things are coming back. They are coming back. The Supreme Court is now making the same kind of decisions. The Congress is now making the same kinds of laws. I'm saying to people all over, wake up, wake up. Vigilance is called for, and we had better be very, very careful. And we can't do it alone. I mean, black people constitute what would be 12, 13% of the population. And so we were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. earlier, and I hate to do this, but please, King said something in his letter from the Birmingham City Jail that I'm going to be talking about all this weekend. King said at the time that he was coming to the conclusion that the people of ill will in our society was making a much better use of time than the people of goodwill. And he said in that letter that we are going to be made to repent in this generation, not just for the vitriolic words and deeds of bad people, but for the appalling silence of good people. It is time for the good people of this country to break their silence. What happened down in Atlanta when the corporations spoke up about those bills that they passed? They got everybody's attention. But all of a sudden, they've gone silent. Mm-hmm. Silence gives consent. If they are going to be silent about this, they are consenting for it to happen.
It's time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?